Is the Detroit Lions going to sign Teddy Bridgewater? So according to ESPN, Jeremy Fowler, the Detroit Lions offered Teddy Bridgewater a strong offer. He does have multiple teams that he is on the radar with. Now, let's keep it real. Nothing's like Detroit. Detroit is in technically a win-now mode. We are trying to get to the postseason. We're trying to win the division. We're trying to do this. We're trying to do that. We're trying to do a lot of different things that consist of winning football games. Now, we do have Jared Goff, and Jared Goff will be our starter no matter who is on our roster at the backup quarterback position. With Teddy Bridgewater, I've always loved this guy. Going back to his Minnesota days, I mean, he was a problem. Like, he literally single-handedly helped beat the Detroit Lions up year in and year out with the Minnesota Vikings. So, I've always wanted him since his catastrophic knee injury. Now, obviously, that's behind us now. That's behind Teddy and things of that nature. You know, he's back to somewhat normal. Obviously, any injury, you do lose some skill set and some strength there. I don't think it's any concern. And to be a backup quarterback behind Jared Goff, you get to play against your former team twice a year. The team that drafted you threw you away like you were garbage. What better way to go than to join the Detroit Lions? Like, come on. Oh my goodness. Like, Teddy, if you ever see this video, please sign the contract to come to Detroit. If you come to Detroit, not only do you get to play against the Minnesota Vikings, the team that threw away you like you were trash, but you also, not only do you get to play them twice a year, you get to beat them for a division title. You get to beat them in a postseason possible. You get to beat them in different situations. Like, what better place than the team that's the trash of the NFL, the Detroit Lions, the team that's never won anything? What better way to come to a team, a chip on your shoulder, reunite with Dan Campbell, and you get to prove not only to us Detroit Lion fans that you still got it, even if it's a backup role, but you also get to prove to the Minnesota Vikings twice a year that they screwed up. What better place? Now, Detroit is on the rise. So take my little earlier segment with a grain of salt. Like, yeah, we haven't won nothing. I get it. But Teddy to come to Detroit is going to be huge. Now, I was going to make this video earlier this week, but I was sick. Now that this news that came, I could not wait for this. Oh my goodness, like Teddy Bridgewater to come to Detroit. I've been wanting him, like I said, since he came and got cut from the Minnesota Vikings and was thrown away like trash. I said, you know what? Yeah, we got Matthew Stafford, but we don't have a backup quarterback behind him. Let's go after this guy. Let him rehabilitate. Let him do this. Let him do that. But let's go bring him in. Yeah, it did make perfect sense back then, but it even makes even more perfect sense now. Not only do you have Dan Campbell, his former coach of his, you also have, a better roster, a top offensive line in the National Football League, at least a top 3. I mean, if we go in the draft and maybe go get my guy, Osiris Torrance, and you now become the best offensive line in the National Football League. That's what Teddy Bridgewater, if Jared Goff ever goes down, would have his opportunity with. You have a run game. You have receivers. You have weapons. This is a perfect fit for Teddy Bridgewater. Teddy, please sign with the Detroit Lions. It does not say more perfect than it says more perfect. But yes, it is a perfect fit to come here in Detroit. Like I said, he has the best offensive line. He has weapons. He has a run game. He's going to have a better defense than we had a year ago. Guys that we had a year ago is going to take a next year leap. So they'll have another year under their belt. So if Jared Goff goes down, Teddy Bridgewater's in a prime position to win. Forget what you saw with the Miami Dolphins. Forget what you saw with the Denver Broncos. Forget what you saw even with the New Orleans Saints. Because guess what? When push comes to shove, we're in a better position. So, I mean, Teddy, hey, do I got to convince you anymore, my brother? Come to Detroit. You won't regret it. And, hey, let's have some fun in 2023. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video and you want to help the YouTube channel get into the algorithm, consider clicking the thumbs up because it tells YouTube that you like the content that you are watching. It might not be much, but it helps tremendously Also, if you want to be a part of this growing community, consider clicking the subscribe button, hit the post notification bell button, and set it to all so you be alerted when another Detroit Lions video drops. We are on the road to 200 subscribers. Thank you so much in advance. And with that being said, I will see you in the next video. Hashtag grit don't quit one pride, baby. Peace.